Hey guys, it's Brittany from Brittany&Steve Play, and I'm really excited to bring you this game today. It's called Firewatch. It's available on PS4, PC, Linux, and Mac. And it was released February 9th, 2016. You can get it on Steam for $15. And it is a really an interesting game that's getting a lot of really good reviews from a lot of different people. Of course, an indie game. Um, I'm trying to remember the name of the developer. Ooh. Oh, Campo Santo. There we go. And there was somebody else who they were involved with in terms of making it, but they kind of described themselves as a scrappy video game studio in San Francisco. I think that's all you really need to know. It's got great visuals. I don't really know much about the controls yet, but I'm very interested in seeing where this is. Apparently, it's a pretty tight story that only takes about 4 hours. When it came to the reviews, I see some people were really into the game, some people didn't like the ending, but we don't know the ending, so we'll see what happens. And let's start this bad boy. And that's a loading screen. Ah, there we go. Compass Santo presents. In cooperation with Panic Incorporated. There we go. I knew there was somebody else. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. You see Julia. All right. Oh, I click it. Okay. Whoops. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. You approach her. You are drunk. So, what's your, major? Or you? You're pretty. Um, let's just be straightforward, Henry. You're pretty, she says coolly. You are not. You are a future hangover. What? You reply confused. Someone should buy you a cheeseburger, she says. She flags down a waiter, and 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Sometimes it just works that way. Oh. So we click to use objects, pick up, and so I'm guessing. My WASD in it? Okay, yes I am. Okay, head with here. Tossing that in there. Okay. We date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. I'm sure I drive somebody nuts too. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out in the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. I really don't like beagles. I'm much more a fan of a shepherd, so sorry, Julia. We're getting Mayhem. Mayhem's an excellent dog. He loves wrestling with you in the park and goes with Julia on her runs. Even though he's too big to bring to school, Julia loves him all the same. Mayhem is a friend, child, and pet all rolled into one. You talk out on the deck. It's summer. 9:30 p.m. and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? Well, they're not very smart or good at much. I'm saying if you and I have some. A couple little idiots. This is a hard choice. Okay, so here's my situation. I'm actually right around the age of this couple. I'm in my late 20s, And for me, kids are a one-day why rush. But I mean, like, they seem to be both very secure in their careers. I mean, she's a professor, for Christ's sake. I mean, if you have the money, I don't see why not. I just don't have the money for kids. So we're gonna say, hopefully, Julia and Henry are bam. She goes, in that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I'd like that. These kids are gonna be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best that their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. Okay. So we are about, okay, I must have gotten my pack magically in that 30 seconds. There's my orange car. I apparently really like the color orange. Let's look at what's on this sign again. We are on Thoroughfare Trailhead. Do not forget to check in. No fireworks. Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, it's the fucking woods. You're in bear country, learn to live with bears. I'd rather not, which is why I don't go camping. Morning Thoroughfare Trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Can I, like, zoom in on that? What else does it say? Therefore, it's a primitive backcountry trail. The trail might be vague along several stretches and disappears entirely at some thresholds. It has many confusing side whatevers. Okay, so this is not for y'all. Okay, that's the map. Do we know where we're going here? This is Two Forks region overview. And, like, why am I here? If I'm, like, with Julia. Is she gonna be here too? Is there any... Hey, was that a squirrel? Fucking squirrels, man. Ooh, what's over here? I just want to look at everything. Fire danger, super bright fucking red today. Well, shit. So nobody even, like, do anything that causes any sort of friction. This is so beautiful. Do you see what I mean when I said, like, the graphics, like, just looked beyond fucking gorgeous? Well, we're fucking going. Obviously, we are not inexperienced hikers because we're fucking doing it. Oh, and we're back to story time. It's a Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. Uh-oh, Julia. She doesn't call. You're worried and getting angry by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. Julia! She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. See, I'm a really upfront person, so in my relationship, we're going to have this out now and then be done with it. So I'd be mad. You call her an inconsiderate asshole. She tells you to fuck yourself and not to be such a baby. You call her selfish. She knows you mean it and it hurts her feelings. Oh, that's like the worst thing you could call me. You said I'd probably cry if he called me selfish. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plans from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Julia was right. You are very pretty. Ooh. Oh, whoa. I would not be doing those kind of jumps. I'm afraid of falling all the fucking time. Let's take a look around. Look at this fucking sunset. I mean, it's not like perfect graphic wise. It doesn't look like real, but it's still like stylistically beautiful. I can't get over it. Like, I mean, I remember like playing The Last of Us and being like, oh my god, this is so amazing. But this really is amazing. Because, I mean, the fact that like anybody can do this now, if you just, you know, learn how to code. 8 more miles until we get to Two Forks. Okay, it's not that far. I mean, not if you're hiking. However, this is not... Okay, so spacebar is how I climb over things. Thank you, tutorial. Oh, look at that. It's fucking beautiful. 1982. During the summers, you and Julia enjoyed walking mayhem at night. That's good. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. That's like my hometown. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Mayhem runs away. Well, fucking A. May me fuck the dog, Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking when she's stressed. You confront the attacker. You beat his goddamn face in. Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. Good job. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Understandable for me. Julia asks to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. Well, that's fucking reasonable. Plans to have kids get waylaid by work. I fucking know it, dude. It's exactly where I am right now. Julie gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job. Associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. But why the fuck not, Henry? I get it. Colorado is beautiful. My aunt lives there. In, Aurora. I don't know how close Aurora is to Boulder, though. But, come on. It's Yale. That means not only is she awesome, but an Ivy League school thinks she can be a top educator for top people. I'm not going to tell her not to take the job. That would just be mean. Commute if you'd like. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. Julia sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. Oh, fuck. She was found crying in a stairwell. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. No, we go to a doctor. They're seeing multiple doctors and having many tests. They're worried Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She's 41. Fucking A. You both decide to keep it secret for now. Oh my god. That's horrible. I am pretty. Mayhem is getting older. He's got silver hair down his back and slows down at night. Me and Julia walk into the bar to see her friends, and it feels like nothing's changed. Julia goes back to the university. Okay. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason has to be brought home by the police. She's devastated. She's sent home on permanent medical leave. Fuck. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots, and other days you get strangers. Oh. She pulls you in bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic, believing her dad is at the door. You tell her family. They're crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten the day. She gets worse. This is depressing. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple months. Oh, I don't know. On one hand, if you do it by yourself, it's hard. I just, buried my mom, and my dad was her 24-hour caretaker for 5 years, and it was so hard for him. I can't imagine doing that. I can imagine doing it because you love someone, but I can't imagine, that's just hard. He's younger, though. He's younger than my parents. Maybe he can do it. He's got Daniel. I don't want to give up on her. She's his lady, his wife. She's beautiful, though. I guess he's thinking about all this as he's going through the woods. Oh, God. You know what? We'll be okay. We're just having a hike to think about our life problems. Hey, it's deer. Hi, dear. You're going to run away. That was a derpy first jump. It is impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her, like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. Oh no, this is too much booze. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're going, no, this isn't bad. No, no, no. No, no. If you lock her in her room, she could start a fire and die. Oh, bad decision, dude. Oh, no. I'd rather she at least be able to leave if something bad happens. You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple nights a week. You look forward to those nights. One night you're stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken to jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Yeah, you should. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They don't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You'll say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer's coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Oh, so that's how we end up in the forest. Oh, and here we are. Is it a weird red light? Uh-oh, I am having some frame rate issues, it appears. Ooh. Hopefully this won't be. Maybe he's just like tired and that's why he's going slow. I can't imagine it having frame rate problems now. Why is it trying to save every like 2 fucking feet? Okay, good. Okay. Always look down when I climb steps. Does anybody else do that? Oh, we're gonna have to check some things with how this game is running. Oh, because that motion blur is bad. Yeah, it definitely shouldn't have taken me like a solid minute to walk up these steps. He was booking it through the rest of the world. And the motion blur is making me kind of ill. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to double check some things about the game and see why it's all of a sudden running really slow. But that was an interesting start. So we know that Henry is did a bad job at taking care of his wife because I made poor choices. And he decided to yeah, I might have to fix some settings. But yeah, we learned a couple things here, and hopefully, I'm gonna hit the save button. This won't come up again. So we're saved at the top of the steps. Yeah, early onset dementia. That's pretty terrible. Just rough. Okay. And so tomorrow we're gonna see what's going on inside the fire tower, and it looks like this is our job for the summer in Colorado, and hopefully there won't be any fires, but there probably will be since they're on like fire alert. But whatever. Thanks for starting this journey with me, and sorry about the motion blur at the end. I'm gonna try and fix that before we pop into game again. Okay. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and you guys have yourself a good day.